This is a multi-billion-dollar investment, a single massive node of high-end sensors and transmitters that serves as a cornerstone for modern global communication and military coordination. Because these satellites are massive and move along highly predictable orbital paths, they are highly vulnerable to modern anti-satellite missiles, which can track and strike them with high precision. If an adversary destroys one of these hubs, can blind GPS networks, disrupt encrypted military communications, leaving defense grids in the dark. Leaked internal memos from the 2026 Orbital Defense Summit show that military leadership is already grappling with this risk. The documents highlight a growing consensus that large-scale orbital hardware has become an unsustainable liability. These miles explicitly suggest that the era of the giant, singular satellite has reached a technical dead end, as the cost to defend them now exceeds the cost to destroy them. The leaked solution to this vulnerability is a classified program identified in the memos as Project Swarm. Project Swarm shifts the defense of Earth's orbit from concentrated armor and heavy shielding to a dispersed, interlocking grid of thousands of smaller units. This illustrates the shift from a centralized node to thousands of decentralized nodes. Spreading a large satellite's functionality across an orbital ring removes single points of failure. This distributive defense ensures the network remains operational even if hundreds of units are taken offline simultaneously. While space lasers are a common fixture in speculative fiction, this specific defensive architecture relies on a much more physical mechanism to neutralize threats. The kinetic mesh functions by using the extreme orbital velocity of the microsatellites themselves. It relies on the physics of high-speed impact to destroy incoming missiles through sheer physical force. By dispersing mass across thousands of targets, the architecture becomes effectively immune to the single-strike tactics used to down traditional satellites. When a hostile anti-satellite missile is detected rapidly rising toward orbit, the reaction time is measured in mere seconds. The microsatellites act autonomously. They identify the threat trajectory and calculate an intercept path without the delay of terrestrial commands. Watch the satellites reposition to intersect the missile's path. Nearby units fire thrusters, concentrating mass directly in the line of flight. Acting as a physical wall, the kinetic energy of the swarm shreds the incoming missile into harmless debris upon impact. While several microsatellites are sacrificed during this physical collision, the cost is negligible compared to a multi-billion-dollar traditional satellite. The resilience of the network is maintained through a process called self-healing. Post-interception, the remaining satellites mathematically shift their positions, automatically moving to fill the gap left by destroyed units, re-establishing an even distribution in minutes. This ability to absorb damage and instantly reform makes the swarm a persistent, nearly indestructible shield for the planet's orbital infrastructure. This creates a massive economic imbalance for attackers. A single high-tech missile now costs far more to build and launch than the handful of microsatellites it might destroy. This fundamental shift entirely redefines modern space dominance. Control is no longer about who has the largest orbital assets, but who can maintain the most resilient and responsive mesh. The nation that operates this kinetic mesh effectively commands an invisible fortress, possessing the power to decide which assets are allowed to survive in low Earth orbit. This defensive evolution is grounded in the specific timelines revealed by the 2026 summit leaks. According to the leaked data, thousands of these autonomous interceptors will be positioned and active by the end of 2026. The stars above now hide a self-healing suit of armor, providing a physical barrier that defends the systems we use to navigate, communicate, and protect the world.